We are back. Everyone needs an Aquarius. Back in it. Look, we got a Grammy review. We did it last year. We did it the year before. We doing it again. Our Grammy reviews. We deep dive into everything going on. Last year, I got slandered because I said that that some stuff about Beyonce that got me lit up in the comments last year.
I don't know. I don't even remember. And if it was something,
I was talking about the Carters. I said them as a unit that they be trolling on people on the low.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do when you are a unit. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna need you. My husband had the same energy. Listen, I told my dude the same thing I told you today, and he was like, "All right, bet. Like, so this is what we gonna do." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Yeah, I like that." So
right, let's start the red carpet. So I sat and watched the red carpet with Xander. Was Xander one? So I was like, okay, like it was kind of cool. She said she watched the whole thing.
My pans are getting in.
She said watch the whole thing, and she really likes. And we're gonna talk about her more in a second. The chick that looked like Willy Wonka.
Oh, Chaperone.
She really likes her.
Okay, I need to listen to this Chaperone album because
she has like her playlists and stuff.
Because when I see her, do you remember Florence and the Machine? She had this song called "Dog Days Are Over."
In the Machine.
Yeah, Florence and the Machine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember this. Okay, yeah.
It's giving Florence Welch, and I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing my whites, but it's giving Florence Welch to me, and I'm just like, so nobody sees this.
That this is she's from Missouri too.
I know, but
and she's not even from a city. She's from outside Springfield.
Where's she from? Cuba?
No, like Winchester or something like that. It's a town outside, like 20 minutes outside of Springfield. We don't know it. We don't know it.
So so I've heard of Chaperone. I just never took a moment to listen to the catalog because now I'm interested seeing her consistently the other night. What that sounds like, because I'm gonna go in, guys, with an open heart. I'm not gonna compare her to Florence and the Machine unless it's absolutely necessary. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I won't be that girl. And I'm gonna give her a fair chance.
So let's start from the red carpet. Since we're talking about Chappelle, is it Chappelle?
Chaperone.
Chaperone. Well, I'm gonna call her Willy Wonka. I'm going for Willy Wonka.
But it's funny, based off of that reference, I knew who you was talking about. So
all right, so this is a situation that involves.
I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
So sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Hello. How's it going, Chapel? Hello. Good. How are you? Oh my gosh.
All right, Dom. What do you have? You are a PR. You have done these. I was ready when I saw this happen. I was like, I can't wait till our show because Dom has done red carpet. She is PR, the communication. This is her side of communications game.
As a person that's literally in the process of applying for credentials for the NAACP Awards.
There we go. Let them know. Let them know where you are.
It's been a tussle to submit the application because I keep getting an error message, but that's neither here nor there. I've now reached out to IT because they got to be turned in by Friday. So,
what is the image award? It's coming up this month, right?
Yeah, it's like next week. It's quick.
Okay.
So I'm trying to hurry up because I know they have a lot of submissions, but hopefully me doing their red carpet before works in my favor. Unprofessional. You could have asked him his question, and even old girl could have said, "Excuse me," and went over to her people, or their whom. It's not just y'all. It's two of y'all for the AP wire, and then you got a camera person. There has to be a fourth person there. You like how the camera is set up. I feel like it is stationary. There should have been a signal. Like they should have had something in play where they were all actively working together because you wanted to get these particular interviews. So homegirl should have let Babyface answer the question and potentially had the other girl go and say, hey, we just asked him this one question. Can we get Chaperone right now? Right after, and moved on from that, because it's so like, don't play in. You know how we feel about Babyface.
He's shady on the low too. Don't get it twisted. You're a little shady little guy too.
Oh yeah. And I
don't want that little guy. That man's like 6 foot tall. He
is. But you know how we feel about him, and he's a national, treasure to us that must be protected. Even though his dating after Tracy is questionable, but it's
Now, I got a solution. I thought she would have said this. I would have pulled her over and interviewed both of them together.
That's what she should have did. It was so many. It was so many.
But I'm saying, the thing about Babyface and Willy Wonka together being interviewed, like, and you like, hey, that could have maybe got them to do music together, whatever. That's
what I was about to say. That connection there, and I was gonna even say that and just say, Chaperone, this is Babyface. Not even like y'all formed it like as if she not to the streets. I would think so, but I would have played that so differently, and it was even the carpets do get stuffed and chaotic, but it was so many ways that could have been handled, as opposed to just like, okay, you gonna call for somebody else. You just asked me a question, and it honestly wasn't. It didn't even seem like they were necessarily even prepared to even interview.
No, the question they had was even weird. Like,
yeah,
during the New Jack Swing era, what are you talking about using R&B and hip hop? That's been happening.
So,
but these are y'all hires. It should have been a black. They should need a black section where the black people could go over there and be like,
that's what I was gonna say. But that also speaks to what's happening at the AP, because you don't have enough people that are cultured, because technically you get a cheat sheet. Like they are supposed to tell you.
And AP ain't making as much money bread as they used to either, so they can't hire as many people. Like you said, they should have been
y'all had like an influencer girl. Like, who is that? Like, you don't. I think we've allowed the space for influencers, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to segue into the realm of journalism. If you're not gonna actually take the time and put in the work and effort to do that job, I don't think that should be your realm. I don't think you should do it. I think you should allow somebody else to do it. I do sometimes feel a type of way when I see certain people in that space, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that was so dreadful. And we didn't pay, upwards to, $100,000 almost for these damn degrees. And we out here, doing the day to day, which is, it's not bad. And I know like slow and steady wins the race. We keep pushing, but you see stuff like that and you just like, and that is what you get when you hire.
So one of those girls was an influencer?
That's what they said. They said the girl that hollered, like the girl that was closest to the camera. Again, I've never seen those people, so I don't know. I don't know. I know certain people in those spaces, but I don't know.
Let me see. I'm just like, because like I said, journalism doesn't make any bread no more, man. So it's like you can't get too mad at them because they're not paying people that's experienced as much as they were before to be able to do this,
And so a lot of people are freelancing and doing all these other things, and it just sucks. And it's already as hard as it is. The Grammy carpet is interesting because there's the entire media experiences. They have the red carpet that you see with all the celebrities that walk. They have two carpets. And the Grammys experience is an all day
So
event.
explain it to people. Break this red carpet stuff down. People
Yeah,
that have never
so
been to red carpet, like
the
myself.
Grammy has 2 carpets. It is the main red carpet that you see, like your top celebrities, and sometimes you'll have other people that's teeter in. And there's another one where it's like kind of like lesser. Not that people are not known. It's just like, you know, like you might have your writer, you might have, you know, this person that engineered this or whatever. Also, keep in mind that the Grammys is all day. So there's a non-televised version.
Right. And they don't get no food either. They be sitting there no food too, right?
Okay, so here's the thing. Since it is at a place where they have concessions, you can get concessions. So,
Okay.
but the non-televised is across the way, like I think at the Microsoft Theater or Peacock Theater. The name keeps changing to those theaters that's, you know, connected to crypto now. I was gonna say Staples. Because even and they've added an additional space, like Coca-Cola has like it's kind of like a pageant. It's not as big, but it's like standing room only, because that's why I went to go see Smino.
Okay.
But
Dom, this girl, the girl Leslie, the more Hispanic girl, she got a master's in journalism from USC.
She know better.
She know damn well, and I'm even more mad. Keep going.
Yeah, she know better. But she wanted to. She didn't.
So the other girl, Krista, is the one I think that's an influencer, because you go to her LinkedIn page, it just show it don't got no like no journalism experience for her.
SMH.
We'll keep going.
But you know, ultimately, yes. So the Grammys is all day, and happening across, like, even as the Grammy starts, you have the non-televised still going to a certain period, because there are 89 categories that are part of the Grammy Academy, that they were very intentional on telling us that 13,000 people are a part of the Academy and voted on this. So yes. So you have those 2 carpets, and I could imagine at the beginning of the one that could be at 9, you had some people that attended, like last year.
Podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss, like, you know, you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health,
femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of 2 psychologists, you know.
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up, like, with both parents, married parents, and then, like, you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her siblings and my siblings. So yeah, so it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
Victoria Monet attended a portion of it, just like Coco Jones, and then they went across, walked the red carpet, and went inside to crypto. So that happens. That's normal. But you know, it's just really strange, like the news space. And it's been like that, I'm gonna say, even before Trump, because we kind of saw a shift happening as social media became a big thing. And you know, both you and I being journalism, me with my emphasis on broadcasting, we saw when we were in college where things were kind of going. Like, we were kind of at the beginning stages of social media. At least in my tenure at Webster, where it would be certain things. Like, I think the most that we really kind of engaged with was Twitter. And for the people that don't know, Twitter was actually just supposed to be like this marketing sales tool. And it turned into some Black people got a hold of it, and it became something completely different. So, but it was it part of Twitter does work in the capacity of being able to be, you know, in your face with whatever corporation. But, you know, knowing that you were going to work in a smaller market, all these people might not be accessible to you, where typically you have a, you know, like the videographer that will go out. It would be the reporter, you know, like you two, then probably the person in the van, where we were trained to be one man band. So like going to a red carpet or something or shooting a story by
you
yourself.
had to learn to shoot and do the interview at the same time and go back and
shoot, write, edit, all of that stuff. And a lot of people don't know how to do that are in these spaces and don't know what it's like.
I would say the younger cats, I think they do more than we do.
I said some.
Oh,
people that take it, seriously. Even now, the process, like when I go out on carpets, like I see people using their iPhones.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
To interview, and I used to be like, y'all are so unprofessional. But then now, because the carpets are so small, and you can't get a full camera on there. So like when I was like, okay, well, if I get this, like I bought it like a new camera, but I also was like, honestly, I could just take my tripod and my phone, and I have a mic where I can go back and forth, not the lavalier mic. I wish I would stop using that little bitty ass lavalier mic to conduct interviews with people. That goes on your shirt. But, I have a mic where I can go, back and forth. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do, you got to get that content no matter what. And yeah, it's crazy.
Another person on the red carpet, as we talk about the red carpet, Lexi sat down and watched with us at this point, and Kanye West and his wife, don't even know his wife's name, don't even matter, to be honest with you. He just lets her come out bucky naked, basically.
Okay, I need to say this. Her name is Bianca.
Okay. What did she do?
That much. Bianca, you are a architect. When this
she may be an AI bot. I wonder if she's an AI bot on low.
Once this circus ends and closes its doors, how are you going to manipulate that into a job like that? And I know she comes from allegedly a family that is kind of well off, so maybe you just gonna have daddy pay your bills or whatever. But when this circus stops and train stops, because it's going to at some point, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sell feet pictures? And I'm a person.
You're gonna get an OnlyFans done. Come on. Man.
I'm a person that is all about sexual liberation, sexploration, all of that. But girl, your whole cootie cat was out.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's this narrative, like all these people are talking about how Kanye got escorted out, like that they were not invited. And now he got beef with Don Lemon, and he called Don Lemon a coon. And Don Lemon was like, "Yo, I think your that red hat of yours is on a little too tight because you gonna call me a coon."
You talking like you.
Nigga, you wasn't in the trenches at Ferguson like Don Lemon, and I'm not gonna say he was all up in the trenches, but you know what I'm saying.
Don Lemon was a little bit performative, but I fuck with Don Lemon.
Listen, we know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting because like I think about stuff like that, like, girl, you don't do nothing. And I always say when I see her,
she's the head of Yeezy's clothing and apparel, man, head of architecture. That's her.
So I listen. Here's the thing. Every time I see her, just like you said, I think she's like an AI doll or whatever. That's how I feel. I always told you that. I was like, she looks like a blow-up doll to me. Like he just carry her around and he gonna take her in the bathroom and bang, bang, bang. And then they're gonna go back out to the party. And she just gonna be there like, do you talk? Like, what is this about? Like, do you? And she's young. So she's
30.
She's still young.
She's 30 years old.
No. She's still young to me.
Okay.
So listen, I'm on the wings of 40.
On the wings of love.
So it looks, girl, what are you doing?
It's more, and then they left the show. Did they not let them come in?
I don't think they let them come in, but Kanye West is trying to say that's not true.
That he just left. But
I was like, it's a lot of people. I was like, it's too many media outlets reporting the same thing, and not saying that they don't confirm or anything or spread misinformation and have to apologize. But it's too many reputable sources that said he got kicked out the Grammys.
And it was just weird because he's standing there and he was almost like nah, strip, bitch. And then she just drop her, turn around the mic and drop it. And I'm like, who is that?
Yeah.
Oh, what is? Whoa. Then they went off of it.
I think they thought they were going to be fine, but they're saying that she won't be fined. Kanye West wasn't kicked out of the 2025 Grammys, but there was also no seat for him inside the show. The Grammys executive producer says speaks to people about Kanye West's presence on the red carpet. Raj Kapoor, the Grammys executive producer, exclusively told people about West's unexpected appearance with his wife Bianca Censori on the 2025 red carpet. People was able to confirm that night that he was not kicked out. He was nominated and walked the carpet, but then got in his car and left. From what I understand, they were there for the red carpet because West 47 was nominated this year for Best Rap Song for Carnival from his Vultures One album, but I'm not sure if he was a okay. Damn ads. How ads be popping up on your phone? I'm not sure if he was at pre-tel, which is the pre-telecast presentation where most of the awards are handed out, which is at the Peacock Theater before the main show. But that award is definitely in the pre-telecast.
Did you see his comments about Kamala on his tweets right before that too?
Dude, I told my mom, I said, the frustrating thing about Kanye West.
That don't know, he says, I used to want to fuck Kamala Harris, but now I don't fuck with losers, so I don't want to fuck her no more.
And then you come, I'm sorry to her and her kids. So I told my mom, I said, the frustrating thing about somebody like Kanye West is always like, Kanye West is always the boy that kind of cries wolf a little bit. And so it makes it hard to kind of
to cheer for him.
Some of the stuff that he says, because some of the stuff that he does say is true, but because you're so chaotic and wild and not that people have to be tamed, but I'm like, you hide behind your mental illness, you act like you don't have access to rehabilitating yourself, to show up for yourself as the best version of yourself. I think you like it there. And I don't think that Kanye West is bipolar. I think Kanye West is schizophrenic. I think it's worse.
Shit.
Because some of the stuff that he says and he does, it just doesn't make sense. Like anybody in their right mind would not go and have all their teeth taken out so you could put whatever that metal copper.
Doesn't schizophrenia come on by like a tragic experience? Like it like triggers them like some kind of like.
It can. It can. But I think
I'm just wondering if it's connected to his mother being passing away. That's all.
Okay, so here's the first.
Or did he have it before? We talked about this before. His mom was like,
he had it before, and I think because his mom is an educator, it is what you said. It is that she coddled him and did not necessarily prepare him that one day I have to leave and and you're gonna have to be in this world alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't go out being a dick to people because my mom died, and my mom died when I was a baby. At least you got to have some sort of experience with your mom. And so it impacts me a different way, but I'm not out here being a dick to people and saying wild ass racist, coonish shit. I'm not saying slavery is a fucking choice because my mom died. I can't accept that.
And we give him too much slack for it.
Like,
was there any standout?
Go to rehab. Go figure it out. Go talk to a therapist. Go talk to a psychotherapist. You have the money.
Is there anybody else stand out as we move from the red carpet to the actual Grammys that was stand out you know, because I didn't know who anyone was. For real.
Jaden Smith and that house on his head. Listen.
But look at Rand. We'll talk about Jaden Smith here. That's the first free black man. So
listen,
we don't.
I was about to say, listen, Linda. Listen, I was gonna say that, like, you know, I love the fact that Will and Jada raised them to go against the grain. Because I was not expecting him to walk out the house and be in the house.
Jade Smith, the first free black man.
Yeah, like, and I'm not mad at it. I love it. I love it. It's just I just wasn't expecting it.
Shout out to Morris Chestnut, who finagled. He got his way into a TV show on CBS and got himself in the first 4 or 5 rows of the Grammys, even though he's not a musician. Shout out to you, Morris Chestnut. Like, that's how you do it. Because he has a new TV show on there, Watson. So
I think Morris Chestnut is catching up to Harold Perrineau. Because as far as booked and busy all the time, Morris Chestnut, I think he's crossing over. He's crossing over. Harold already crossed over a long time ago. But speaking of, I'm watching Lost. I'm gonna have to do reaction videos because
I never watched Lost.
Yo, the first I'm telling you, Aquarian to Aquarian, watch it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Because you know, I don't know if some of the writers are the same, but it's given a little bit of From. Did you watch From on MGM?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I got MGM. I have to figure out how to get you in.
No, I got MGM. Let me so the Firm. It's Firm. It's just Firm.
It's called From. And it's really good. And Harold is the lead. And they're stuck in this town and can't get out. And it's like these creatures that come out at night. Yeah, it's
How many
good.
seasons is this?
It's 3.
Okay.
And it got picked up for a 4th season. I don't know if it's the 4th and final season, but I feel like it's only so much. And I feel like there's other things that you could do that could make it go on longer. But yeah, yo, this shit on Lost, I'm like, oh, this is wild. It's wild.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this. This is one spoiler. Hey, I hope Harold character y'all keep punking this little nigga, and I don't like this. I don't like it. And his son with him, and y'all be punking him in front of his son. I don't like that.
Yeah, I know he didn't pass away because they brought him back, I think, towards the end of the show. Like, he was gone for a while and it came back. I think I read back when it was on. They got like 7, 8 seasons, something crazy.
It's 6 because you remember. So, but this, I'm interested.
Oh, the writer's strike happened, right?
Yeah. So I'm interested to see because I heard that it was so good up until that point, and then those last couple of seasons were terrible
because of the writer's strike. All right, we get inside to the venue. Beyonce wins. Doechii wins. There's a third woman to win best rap album. Mm-hmm. Joining Lauryn Hill, who's the first, then Cardi B, and then Doechii. I have my issues with Cardi B winning. That's just me personally. I don't have a problem with Doechii or Lauryn Hill winning.
I'm very well aware.
Now, I wasn't even cheering for. I respect Doechii's album. I thought that Common P Rock album was amazing. So
okay, I didn't listen to it, but I was saying I heard a lot of buzz around it, but it was kind of almost equal, just depending on what your
and it might have been real close. It might have been just like a couple of votes.
Yeah, and so I probably think that's what it was. But I think the marketing and the visuals behind Doechii's supported that and pushed it.
The Tiny Desk she did. Yeah. The music video with Homeboy from Abbott Elementary in there where they go.
Yeah, with that Fox. But you know what? That's Nissan Altima. But that I think by the time that even dropped, those votes were already in. I think it was just like because she was so many other things that kind of pushed it a little further too. But I don't know. Like I'm really happy for Dolce. I'm like seeing a girl, you know, like a little chocolate sister up there with her taped eyebrows and all of that. It's just, I just aesthetically think she's, and not just aesthetically, but like lyrically, just so dope. And she's been around for a long time. You know what I mean? Like she really worked at her craft. And I just love the message that she gave, you know, just to Black girls and, you know, like Black women, just like, hey, do you, boo, keep pushing, because can't nobody stop you. It's going to happen. So I think that was really, really
You're exactly correct, Dom. The last votes for people that minute is December 12th through January 3rd for this year.
Okay. So
and the video came out after that, right? Yeah. So it came out.
But I also learned, so the Grammy vote, it happens in 2 tiers.
Phases.
Yeah, it is the submissions, which you have to pay to submit, so anybody can submit, and then from there, it goes through, because I can't imagine 13,000 people listening to all the submissions, you know, and then it goes to them to vote.
But that's why they said they wanted more people in hip hop and R&B and that were Black, because they would actually go vote for him. Like if you were a bluegrass guy, you was like, I'm not gonna vote on that. I don't know none of that. So it's in the Academy.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, but Beyonce wins Best Country Album. I immediately text you and I said this. Well, I didn't tell you. I wanted to wait. This is her Denzel Washington Training Day moment.
You text me and told me that it was her album of the year. It was when she won album of the year.
Right. But I'm saying right.
But Beyonce also won an award in the non-televised version. She had won Best Country Duo with her and Miley Cyrus for 2 Most Wanted. So she got 3 awards that night, and I think she had like 5 or 6.
I ain't mad at it. Look, I ain't mad at it. But we could call a spade though too.
Okay, so here's the reason that category was tough, but I think they gave it to her because of how, honestly, how impactful it was.
Was that Renaissance album? I feel was more impactful though, Dom.
It was, but I think think about it like this. Think about how she was shut out from like all the country awards, and you had country artists even like.
That's why I'm cool with it.
So you had country artists even fucking with it, but then you still had a lot of backlash from the traditional, you know, country, you know, artists like, you know, Casey Musgraves was upset that she won Best Country Album, girl. And I think when you really listen to when you really get into Cowboy Carter, aka we're gonna call it Beyonce, which we think it was a title change at the very last moment.
What do you mean? What was it supposed to be?
Beyonce.
Why was it gonna be Beyonce?
Let me show you. So that's Cowboy Carter. So
is it board time?
Which it ain't in there. Which
is it whiteboard time?
Okay, so Cowboy Carter, here it is. It's next to Lemonade. So Cowboy Carter, actually, when you see that says Beyonce. All on this, it says Beyonce. Curtis and I talk about this on the episode that we did when this dropped. And so I think it was an album, it was a change to the last minute, which is how you get Cowboy Carter. Which I really wish she would have just named it Beyonce. And Beyonce
does the Beehive know what the reason was for that?
No,
or did somebody do a typo at the?
I think okay. So also, this doesn't have all the tracks. So when it dropped to streaming and all that stuff, it didn't have all the tracks. Like the original record didn't have all the tracks, but streaming did, and they were, it was a big thing. Like, they were aware of it or whatever, and then. Yeah, I think you get your money back or you can reorder it. I ain't opening it. I'm like, it ain't got all the tracks. I might could pay me for that. But so which is kind of, I wish you would have kept it because it kind of would have played into like more into like historically the things that we experience as Black people.
You having your name changed.
And having your name changed because her family's that's her family name, Beyonce. Her cousin Angie is Beyonce. Tina and her uncle Skip are Beyonce. It was a typo on their birth certificates.
Really?
Yes, it's a typo. Just like Martin Luther King. You know, Martin Luther King wasn't supposed to be Martin. He was supposed to be.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
Gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
Michael.
Yeah.
So same thing, clerical error. And during that time, you know, they never got it changed because they was just like, they just started giving, you know, us, you know, birth certificates. We want to, especially being in the South, you don't want to cause an uproar or nothing. So yeah, that's how that happened. So Beyonce her name is her mother's maiden name. And they just never changed it back.
Okay. Look at this.
So, Cowboy Carter kind of, when you talk about like the history and all these different things, so you have her entering realms of country music that like spaghetti westerns are Italian westerns. So that's how you have the song Spaghetti on here.
But it's also spaghetti westerns for people that don't know. The movie Django is a spaghetti western movie. So that's to give you an idea of what a spaghetti western is.
Yes, thank you. But so you have her really stepping into and exploring that genre. Like, you know, country music is very kind of to the point, but it also paints a picture for you. So you can listen to a country song, and by listening, you probably can understand what a visual could potentially look like. I was telling him about this song with the Dixie's Chicks called Goodbye Earl. And so hearing Goodbye Earl and then seeing the video and how it like just lines up, it made sense. So I think that was the thing, is just like this, she really got into it. And then kind of toward the end of the album, you get more of an experimental, you know, country album, which would make sense how initially this was supposed to be Act 1, which would have went into Renaissance, which was supposed to be Act 2. But it was really well done. I can see how somebody say it's something that I won't consistently go back to. And I can see how there are people that are saying, yeah, it is. So good album.
Do we want to do the conspiracy theory this week, or should we table it to next week?
If we got time.
We don't have to do it now.
Okay. Y'all, it's wild. But look, I want to keep talking about it because we got to get to.
We got so much of the stuff. Yeah. So
do we stay on Beyonce? Do we go on to the next?
Yeah, we stay on Beyonce, and then we stay on Beyonce. So she wins for album of the year.
Yes.
Which is you know, I thought it was a Denzel Washington, you know, Training Day situation. You know, you was bitching last year, Beyonce. Here you go. Now you don't have to show up because that's what we're assuming you're not going to do now, is not show up to any.
Well, I think both of them took her by storm. You know, I think no. Because I think she probably knew that she would get one, but not at least album of the year just because of the bullshit. But when you see her reaction to winning the best country album, I don't think she knew. Because you even look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z is fucking surprised and it's like shook.
So they really only came there for the album of the year. They ain't even care about. They ain't even know about the.
Yeah, because they just got that. She always gonna be like, cause she don't want to do press. She don't want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. So I mean, she's created her safe space, which I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, she gonna do a red carpet for, and probably still want to talk. She gonna give you some photos. If it's like a movie or something like that. But anything else, nah. She's like no. But so I think she was genuinely shocked just because of everything and what they have been saying and consistently saying, and then how even other artists have been responding. Like, you know, you had that year where Adele won when she was pregnant with the twins. Then you had and that was for Lemonade. And you have Harry Styles that wins, you know, Moby that wins. So it's like all these other albums. And this, I'm gonna say, I was shocked just considering, like I said, the Chapel Wrong conversation. I didn't even know Taylor Swift was nominated, to be quite honest. I didn't know she dropped an album, and I didn't know, and I knew that Ariana Grande had dropped an album because I listened to it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of like,
I didn't even know she dropped nothing for real. Like, that was one went over my head.
But yeah, I think she was shocked, and I think ultimately, you know, I can see how everybody's like, well, after what Jay-Z said and what everybody else was saying last year, you know, of course they gave it to her or whatever. But I feel like this was kind of, you know, more impactful history wise, because we know how you know, country music really originated with us. You know, you having even rock and roll, which is, you know, the projected to be the third act. You know, Big Mama Thornton, and you got all these other people that really shaped and paved the way for country music, for them just to be erased. And without history, you know, like, I'm like, history can't exist without Black history, because we did all of that shit. And until the others can accept that, it's always gonna be this. Like, just accept the history. This erasure that y'all trying to do is wild. It's just like, and somebody made a good point. It's an interesting point. This girl said, slavery is white history. I will not be explaining any further. And when you think about it, I'm like, I mean, y'all did do that. We rose above it, and we're resilient and able to, you know, move forward, and we still standing.
You make a good point. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, it is what it is. You know, Taylor didn't care either. I don't feel like. It was like, well, like I got a whole bunch. I'm going to go to the Super Bowl. She'll be there too. Both of them will be the Super Bowl.
Like, she's like, I'm going to the Super Bowl. Well,
Beyonce be there.
Listen, Taylor Swift was gone off the Patron. Okay, not
we
the
can
Patron.
get into that. I wanted to
Listen.
When Kendrick Lamar sweeps all the Grammys that he was nominated in, all the rap categories except for rap album, because he didn't even drop an album. But if he'd have dropped GNX, I think in the time period, it probably would have won. And Not Like Us is being played. And now I want to give a little history here real quick to Kendrick Lamar's costume. That is called a Canadian tuxedo.
I didn't know a denim jacket and jeans is a Canadian tuxedo.
Bing Crosby tried to go into a hotel in 1951, and they wouldn't let him in Vancouver. And they were like, you need to have a tuxedo. He's like, I got a tuxedo on. I got a Canadian tuxedo on. And that's where it comes from.
Because Bing Crosby
tried to go into it was a hotel, and he had on the full little joint and trying to go up in there, and they had a dress code to get up in the hotel. And they wouldn't rent him a room or nothing. So he got pissed off.
Lord.
He's like, I got a Canadian tuxedo on.
Lord. That's interesting. Okay.
So that's him trolling him without not having to troll him. Wearing a full jean thing.
Dude, but
Taylor Swift. Go ahead. No, I was saying Taylor Swift was literally you. That was the most hype she was all night.
Like, yeah. Like arms up in it, having a good time. But when he won, and I text you, I said, "Yo, it's wild that the entire Grammy audience is saying A minor." I'm like,
I'm just saying.
Like, the nail was already in the coffin. They lowered it to the ground.
Dude, it's just the little things. Like the Canadian tuxedo. It's just those small little things that get you. You know, and this is, and we can talk about the history of this song in a second. Drake's concert isn't selling well over in Australia right now.
Really?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Well, I'm wondering what's the price of them tickets.
Now, I don't know. It's over in Australia. So here you go, right here. Drake having difficulty selling out shows in Perth less than a day before his tour begins.
Damn. But why is Drake on tour again?
Because okay, so he's being a bitch. That's number one, because he's trying to get away from everything that's happening in the States. But number two is the owner of Stake Gambling. He is from Australia, and he basically was like, yo, you should do a tour here in Australia. And that's one of his major sponsors and daddies.
Okay.
And Stake is based out of Australia.
Okay.
So that's how the connection to him to be down in Australia. It's almost like you trying to stay away from the feds. I mean, just come to my crib in Kentucky and just hang out for a little bit. That's Drake right now. Like
my crib in Kentucky.
Yeah, come in on my ranch, man. Ain't nobody out here for miles. You know, you sure you love my wife gonna cook. You know, you just chill, man, and figure out what you got to do to get out this country.
Yeah. Okay, so oddly enough, Drake's dad.
Do you want me to play that?
Yeah, you can play it.
Find it. Hold on, keep talking about it. I'm gonna pull it up.
An interviewer catches him outside some publication, and they say pretty much, asking him for his tidbit, on everything that's going. And I don't want to say too much because you're gonna get the clips.
Yeah, so, I'm playing it here now. Hold on. Let me pull this up. The great it's a TikTok video. Okay.
I'm like,
Drake dad looked like a Memphis nigga, boy. He's showing up. All right, hold on. I gotta download it real quick because I don't like the stream.
Okay. I was gonna say pause it.
What do you think about Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, getting Record of the Year?
I don't care nothing about that shit.
No,
that ain't got nothing to do with me. All the best to him, man.
Okay, cool.
I don't do that bullshit.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
What are your thoughts on Drake?
Did you hear about Kanye showing up and Bianca walking the red carpet?
All right, that's enough. We don't need to get all those other details. Yeah, Drake's dad is. I mean, I get him. He's an old man. He ain't trying to be involved in that.
Okay. So here's a question.
Okay.
And I guess technically this is no shade. But like, do you feel like, okay, so if Xander got beef with somebody, do you got beef with the person?
Yep.
You do?
Yeah, I got beef with them automatically.
That's how I feel, right? And I'm like, low key, I want to say something. Like, Dennis acted like my daddy, and I don't like that. Because like, I feel like if I'm beefing with somebody, I don't give a fuck what the proximity is, who it is to you.
But he don't have to wild out either, though. Like, man, I don't fuck.
He don't gotta wild out. He could have just said, "Hey, like,
he said I'm not with that fuck shit." He said I'm not with that bullshit. He said that.
But he also just could have said nothing. I think this makes it worse.
Ooh.
I think this makes it worse. Like, your daddy's like, hey, good luck to him. Like, hey, like, I like Kendrick. That's you telling me you are a Kendrick enthusiast. And not that it's not bad. It's not bad. But I'm just like, I want my dad to have my back. When my daddy didn't have my back, it was war over here. Because I talked to you about, I was like, hey, yo, get this shit, my nigga.
It's home.
And then when I finally told my dad, like, the ins and outs, why my problem is, and this is my problem with you, it wasn't it's because you didn't have my back. But I laid out the X, Y, and Z
of what you was feeling.
Of what I was feeling, the facts, the evidence. Oh, wait, what I was about to do, the evidence was there. I'm like, listen, I ain't had time enough to draw it out on a dry erase board. But I think this kind of, I saw that, I was like, fuck your daddy even like, shit, maybe y'all right, maybe they did not like us. I really wasn't working with him like that, you know. I would get him every 2 summers.
Every 2 summers, not every summer, every 2 summers. Every other summer.
Damn.
I mean, but now keep in mind, he did say something about my dad said I got a sister. I don't fuck with that shit on that last freestyle.
Oh, I don't know.
It was on the one that we talked about.
Okay, so
he said I found out I have a sister. My dad told me I have a sister. I don't fuck with that shit.
But I think he already knew because remember the post that I sent you years ago?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, why would you even say, like, on his side, like, why would you even say that then? Like, you know, so maybe there isn't all hunky dory there
right now.
But man, Kendrick Lamar getting all of these Grammys and literally the whole crowd, and then they wait for A minor to come on when he comes up for Record of the Year.
Intentional. And I'm like, listen.
Shout out to the DJ or production person, man. Hey man, people
can you imagine? Like, and think about all the countries that this is shown in, not just here.
Look, Drake mess around, and he might, if this ticket, this sale for this concert don't go, he might just buy them all up and then just give them away.
I can see that.
So he won't, because what would it look like if that you ran away to go to Australia for a concert and it's not even full on Super Bowl night? You're supposed to be just so unfazed because you still so big. He got to buy them up. He got to buy them up and give them away. Maybe to some children.
Listen, I told you, like, I know y'all were saying that he should have, you know, he just kind of need to take a break. Mm-hmm. And this could be all planned because, you know, remember how he wanted a break and then he was like saying he was having all these issues. Somebody said that he had some more lipo, but those are not my words. Those are not my words. But, you know, this could all be calculated. Him and Kendrick could be co-conspirating with each other to get him his. But I don't think this is this type deal. But I will say this. I told y'all, I feel like the best way to rise above the occasion, you got to keep working, dude. Like, take that L and strive.
But he's not taking the L. He's dropping a new album coming out with Party Next Door on Valentine's Day.
Well, he should have dropped something before. The Screen did something weird, and I was just like, yeah.
No, I thought you said the date, like the date of.
No. I told you. I think that Drake should have kept, you know, okay, this is happening. Y'all gonna ride this way. Oh, and of course, this nigga gonna drop the album. He could have just dropped a project. It could have been older tracks, mixed tracks, or whatever. It ain't like he had to. I just would have took it and just kept moving. I wouldn't even acknowledge it. Or and how he could also spun it was like, okay, we already said come up with some up and coming like producers, all this different stuff. Because there's gonna be some nigga out there that's gonna want to take the chance. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then he even could have said something like, you know, like he could have said something like even as simple as like, you know, your rise to fame, like superstardom is simply like he could have acknowledged you because you wanted to diss me. Like, this is why you are even relevant or whatever. Like, he could have said something like that where he could have said this is the only reason why niggas is hyping you up, fucking with me because everybody want to see my downfall. Like, I would have took that and spun that. So, but see, that's the Aquarius mind. The Scorpio ain't gonna allow you to do that. They gonna sit. They want to be angry.
Big time angry.
But that's really the real. I would have just kept moving because what Pop say. You live to fight another day.
Another day. You live to fight another day.
Just saying, right?
It's just, I kept laughing because I was like, I told Xander she got to go to bed if he win the last two, like if he won Song of the Year and Record of the Year. I was like, you got to go to bed now, just because this is just hilarious. Like, this is a massacre. If this happened, and I was like, God, you ain't got to go to bed for real. It was like a hyperbolic, statement, but. I can't believe that this happened. And maybe people don't like him, or I wondered, my conspiracy part of me tingling, is this proof to those Drake conspiracy theorist cats that, yeah, the whole industry is against him?
I don't know, but you know the one thing, okay, and maybe I missed, like, I know that Kendrick was like, this is for, like, the city, you know, Compton, It took him a long time to name, like, Altadena Yeah, he didn't even name Pasadena. And I mean, because I know it's like, oh, we don't think of black people being out there, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, I didn't know how black Altadena was until the fire. But he should have been like, if he could have just said something like, "We gonna be real, we gonna come harder," blah 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 blah. I needed a little more LA love. I ain't from here, and I'm offended.
I mean, I think he didn't know what to kind of say. For real, I don't think he knew he was gonna win all this shit. To be honest,
listen,
like he probably won Song of the Year, but when he won Record of the Year, it was like, oh. But you know what? Because I looked up the difference between Record of the Year and Song of the Year. Song of the Year is everyone: the producer, the arranger, and the performer. The Record of the Year is the writer.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Grammy. So I was like, well, shit, if he won Song of the Year, he's gonna win Record of the Year because he wrote it all himself anyway. So he's gonna win it.
Yeah.
So man, it's and look, I know some people in that Drake OVO camp and those kind of guys over there will be saying, "Oh, I thought we didn't care about the Grammys," But Drake always talk about he's the best pop star of all time. Now y'all stop caring about the Grammys because we dancing and not like us.
I think a lot of people, when the situation no longer benefits them, you don't care about it no more. I think that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
All
right, Don, we got to talk about this Quincy Jones tribute.
Okay. So I thought I definitely was expecting something completely different.
Yes.
I like that they went back because people forget that Quincy was in his, he's Fred Astaire bag, with the Rat Pack and all of that. Yeah. Like I think people forget about that. So I thought that was
Frank Sinatra. He upset Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, that's why I was like Rat Pack. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It included everybody. You got Sammy in there, but so I think people forget about that. So I think that was nice. I think that part was like kind of like a little long-winded, but I thought
Cynthia Erivo, as much as I dislike her because she be shitting on black people from America, she did an awesome job. I can't even hate.
Yeah, I thought she did a really good job. I would have. Okay, here's the thing. I think I'm kind of irritated. Y'all gonna say y'all. I feel like they're gonna eat me up. I kind of wish that they would have let Tamia come and like Tamia do.
No, I was gonna say the same thing. Why didn't you have them perform like slow jams, her and Babyface together?
Yes, because she was his protege. Like we know who Tamia is because she was Quincy's protege, like worked under him, all these different things. So I was kind of like, or even if she was,
have Tevin Campbell come out and do a better day.
Yeah, listen, it was so many things, but you decided to give us Janelle Monáe
doing Michael Jackson, which we're not doing that no more, Don. No Prince, no Michael Jackson tributes, period. Until y'all let that boy Breezy do his. That's for Michael Jackson. And I the biggest Breezy guy, but nobody else ain't doing this. Moratorium on Prince and on Michael Jackson until Michael Jackson can get Chris Brown. We just never gonna see Prince tributes again until maybe we all passed. Until then, don't do it. Please don't. I'm imploring y'all.
I'm just like, what was y'all thinking? And then she's just, I called my sister. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I was telling my dad,
I enjoy Janelle Monáe for what she provides, right? I enjoy it. I was not impressed. I was not moved. I was like, girl. And then she was doing more James Brown than Michael Jackson.
Yes.
I'm like, girl.
If he wanted to do that, I'm saying because Human Nature is produced by Toto, though. I was gonna say Human Nature may have been her bag better. But I think Toto did all of it. I think Toto wrote it and produced it, I believe.
Human Nature?
Yeah.
I thought that was Pharrell.
No, Human Nature. I'm talking about Michael Jackson.
Total.
No, Toto, the white group band from back in the late 70s.
Okay. I was like,
you thinking Toto like
no, if you said Toto, that's why I was like, who?
Toto.
And I'm thinking of when he
no. Quincy Jones produced that. You could have did Human Nature. That'd have been right in pocket for her to do Human Nature.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Y'all listen. The only time I have properly heard Human Nature covered correctly
is SWV.
No. From Human Nature, not that version.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is Mario. Mario is the only person I've seen that effortlessly sang.
Is that on an album or is that like
on an album? It was like after Michael Jackson died and he was somewhere performing and he did a cover of it and he hit them notes.
Oh wow, so John Mayer on guitar. Shit.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna check this out when we're done.
That's how I got my follow. I'm like, yo, who? Why is nobody talking about that? Like, there are certain people, like, and maybe I'll say this because Usher has a good falsetto.
Mm-hmm.
Can get her there.
Usher can do Mike too. Usher's another person.
Usher, but was Usher busy?
And you know what? It would have been even. I'm saying we should have scrapped Janelle Monáe, anything Michael Jackson. Do Tevin Campbell Better Tomorrow, because that'll be a great way to send us out from that segment. Like, Ben, tomorrow will be like, dude, that would be dope for people standing up with their lighters. Better be. You have a choir in the back. You gotta get up, man. Please.
Listen, at the end of the ACP Awards, I hope y'all listening. Okay.
Get a choir with Tevin.
The award. I hope you listening. Send it in.
Yeah. Tevin Campbell with a choir. And I know they did one choir already from like one of the high schools, but go ahead and get another choir like from a church that got burned down, like a black church that got burned down somewhere like that, and have them. There's gonna be a better tomorrow. You know how uplifting that would have been for people,
especially with everything that had been going on. Y'all start and it was like this heavily theme. I love LA. That would have been perfect. But y'all wanted to give us that mess. It was not
good. Did a good job in the country. She did a good job. They did a good job.
Janelle Monáe fan, like, come on.
And like Cynthia Real did a great job as well. And then the sister that's the country singer that was out there, she did a great job. I just think that the energy of that needed to be. I can get Cynthia Real would have been fine. I think that tomorrow should replace. That's the thing, and I know they want to.
It would have been so good. Right. Yeah.
But man, maybe you changed out. Has something else be tempo. What about the one Bossa Nova? You could have played that. So if you wanted something upbeat and then just scrapped out one of them and moved Tevin there and did that in the middle, the middle thing, and had a band playing that, and you'd have been good. But they messed up my man Quincy thing, and it was fine. It's just that I'm realizing in some cases it felt like when we were in the 90s, man, and early 2000s, they could get anybody they wanted to do a tribute.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
I'm saying did you send me the Trey Songz thing again when he was singing the Prince?
Listen, I'm gonna do. Listen, y'all. Okay, I know this is terrible. But they got this Trey Songz challenge, and I want to do.
Yes, I see you sent it to me. Yes, with the mouth moving and stuff.
Yeah, and so there was a sock puppet that they had doing it. And it was like, cause I can't look the other way. I don't want to be a player no more. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait.
Every R&B singer should feel demoralized that we let him stay as long as we did. I wonder if R&B male singers look at her, and this is going to be a slanderous statement here, Dom, so you may want to just, take this one out. How R&B singers looked at Paula Abdul in the early 90s, in the late 80s.
Oh, no. Okay. It's time for us to...
Because Whitney Houston has that whole thing where they caught her on tape talking about them.
No. This is okay, my black people. Yep. I would look in the camera, but then it looked crazy. I realized the last time it looked crazy. Okay, I'm looking at y'all. Yep. Okay, wait. Shit. Whatever. Listen, I'm going to say this to y'all. Black people, y'all got to learn how to gatekeep. And
thank you.
On the things where it's appropriate. That does not, gatekeeping doesn't mean, oh, if you have something that can help your neighbor or your homeboy or whatever, advancing something, we don't mean gatekeep. Now you are supposed to still uplift. But when it comes to our culture and everything that we got going on, y'all got to gatekeep. Everybody can't come to the cookout. Bob can't come to the cookout because he cussed out the person that called you a nigga. He was supposed to cuss them out and have your back in that. That is being a good citizen and good Samaritan. That is what Bob is supposed to do. That don't mean that he can come and get grandma's baked beans, Uncle Joe's ribs, anything like that. Y'all have to stop being overly inclusive because these people are not like that to us. That is a very divisive statement, but it's also the reality. And so allowing certain people, if you want to pinpoint Paula Abdul, and everybody gonna have some space where somebody is somewhat mediocre, that's of the same color, that's cool. Will you mute it? I don't know what you're saying.
I said Paula Abdul can dance her ass off.
That's fine. You can dance your ass off in this Janet Jackson video, but you're not coming over here and having our people produce for you. You got to go find your own people and find your own sound. Because we losing recipes. Just like I saw an interview where I think it was like Jermaine Dupri was talking about like the state of R&B music and what's happening and how a lot of cats you don't have like vocalists anymore. There's a difference between being a singer and a vocalist. He was like, niggas don't go to church no more.
Yes, that's Brian Michael Cox.
Oh yeah, it's true. Like I even think about when I used to go to one church out here. And that was a whole nother journey. But the singer major used to be like the music director there and the main person singing, but it wasn't a choir. It was like 4, maybe 5 people singing in the microphone, and then you got the congregation being the choir. I'm like, where are the singers? Like, where are the singers? And I remember someone invited me to their church, and I was like, "Do y'all have a choir? Because if you have, what we got to talk about? I'm sorry. It's the music that gets me through church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there for the singers. I'm there for the choir.
Mm-hmm.
Because I might not necessarily connect with the sermon, but I'm gonna connect with the music.
Yeah.
And so we have to stop allowing people to infiltrate, in these spaces and let it be cool. And that's how you have an ongoing thing, a situation that we have. Like I was seeing something the other day, like where people, like the Indian culture was talking about how they still kind of do matchmaking, or how it's frowned upon if they mix with other races too. Because they talk about like the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I mean, I get it. We don't want people that be so quick to go do any and everything because we hate ourselves so damn much. We hate our noses. We hate our ass. You hate your lips. And you was going to get the work, then do all the stuff, and then the Kardashians was doing it, and then now they ain't doing it. Now it's like, well, what's the problem? Love thyself. My God.
Oh, man. All right, Dom. We got our last topic. We're gonna switch it out of here. Now, I don't know if this is true, not whatever it may be. We're gonna end off with something funny and fun. So allegedly, this sister has catfished someone and went over to Pakistan. The young gentleman was 19. He didn't want her. So she's saying she's going to stay in Pakistan until they give her land and $2,000 a week. So here y'all go.
Y'all heard that story about that lady named Onijah Andrews? This woman flew all the way to Pakistan to marry this 9-year-old boy that she'd been catfishing online. When the parents got wind of what was going on and this old bat was trying to come down there and marry their son, they packed his ass up and he's been hiding out ever since. She can't find him. Now this lady sat outside and she said she's not going nowhere till her little yay pulls back up. She's not going nowhere unless
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
Okay. So they tried to put her ass on a plane. They got her all the way to the airport, and then she turned around and she said, I ain't going nowhere till y'all give me my money on, or my husband come marry me, the little 19-year-old, but he didn't show up.
You chilling here? Why are you not taking your flight?
It's none of your business. Now go home. Stop lying in my ear.
Police them still trying to get her ass to fuck up out that country, and this is what she keeps saying. She keep acting like she's psycho or she crazy. She don't know. They said they still finna put her ass on a plane and get the fuck up out of Pakistan.
What street are you from? America. I'm never comfortable with nobody. Not with the male, but the female. No. You're a guest. That's not leave me alone. You're a guest. Please leave me alone. I don't want to go down there. You get sick. You're going to have
All right, done.
They are being too nice. The way I would have had to.
I didn't even know that you could do this.
You were lucky you were not in jail. And they know she mentally not well. So you lucky they even care.
Like
it's people. Nigga. What is going on in 2025?
Yo.
Because
dude,
how is this? You are catfishing. You are not who you said you are. You are talking to a 19-year-old that you don't need to be talking to. You thought she thought she's finna do some 90. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to get on 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, like to try to spin it where they'll give her.
I think she's trying to get on that show.
I think she's crazy.
What you call her? I think she will make.
Stop saying crazy.
She's like what? This is most people trying to get up out these countries and that's what I'm saying. And you doing dumb shit. You doing dumb shit. You talking about they need to give me this and meet my demands or I'm not leaving. Nigga, they finna put you in jail. Your visa is about to expire. Then what you gonna do? Now you gonna be in a shitty ass prison.
So the woman, she's from New York. She's 33. Her son, Jeremiah, says that she is mentally unwell and impaired and has impaired judgment. She flew from America to Karachi, Pakistan. That ain't even a major city, so I don't even know how you even. She was supposed to only go there for 2 weeks and come back.
She said, "Nah."
Like, come on, yo, man. Yeah, I mean, what do they just tie her down and send her back?
Yeah. What are the things that they be giving the horses? Tranquilizers.
Or do they just move her off in another border? Like, I mean, see, I think India's next to Pakistan, Nepal.
But those places you don't want to be.
Oh, you know what? They could drop off at Pakistan. I mean, Afghanistan is north of Pakistan. I forgot about that.
They need to just sedate her and put her on a fucking plane, like tie her arms.
Like New York.
Let it be the new, because this is ridiculous. And then just put her on the no-fly list. Sorry, girl, you lost your privileges. At least like she can only fly domestically.
I don't even know that. We need to do a whole psycho eval on you. Because I got no video to commit you, is the way I look at it. We need to do a 50-50 on her.
Like, she a mess. Like, come on.
All right, Dom, where can people hit you up at? Thank y'all for listening to our
We're gonna give y'all. It's gonna be an update next week on this. We always say we're gonna do an update. We really gonna do an update because, like, this is psychotic. Or as Jim Jones' mama said on that T-shirt, you remember she said "physicotic." She was trying to put psychotic on the shirt, but it said "physicotic." Yeah, it's that because it don't make no fucking sense. Oh, y'all can find me. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, you can go.
Y'all can find me on Instagram, St. Angela's. I re-downloaded Fanbase. The TikTok, YouTube. Y'all give me my watch hours, okay, please.
Let's go over there. Flood it.
Yeah, I'm like, let me get my watch hours because I would love it if y'all can give me my watch hours. So that's it for me. Subscribe, like, share our podcast. Yeah. You know, we doing numbers. We looks like we making it.
People looking.
Listen, I'm proud. I was like so proud. So yeah.
Yeah, no, this super proud, man. Moments. All right, and we will be back. Y'all, peace.